Hi everyone, it is me, Sailor Earth, Ernest here, or Ernest P. Worrell here. And first off, we're going to talk about, the Sailor Moon dog gatherers. Now, these folks happen to have so much gold on them, they buy every Sailor Moon thing ever made. They got old things that were made by Irwin and Bandai, new things made by Great Eastern Glee, and every other business that I don't know of. Now, these folks might be well known as far as the Sailor Moon followership goes, but they don't really show any of their dolls love. All right, some of them will keep them in the box because in their mind they think that if one day if they sell it or give it away, they think they're going to get more gold for it than what they yielded for when they bought it from whatever shop or website that they bought it from. And then you got folks that got everything all over their room or whatever. Now, some folks out there might think that, yeah, they have a business, they make gold, or they're a UA, business friend, helper of some kind. I don't know. But all I know is that some of them don't seem to be bold enough or fearless enough to play with their dolls. They don't. Now, first off, I'm not going to say, now a lot of them are going to say, oh, well, they weren't, well, a lot of them might think that taking them out of the box is like a bad thing or something. I don't know. So, anyway, yeah, I guess I kind of do belong to more than one followership. You see, at least the dolls get love in some way. I don't know if a lot of them do that or not. I mean, yeah, they're all either hanging up or sitting in their room somewhere or whatever they have them at. But I don't know if they get any love. Like, do they? I don't know. They don't seem to like to do this thing. And a lot of folks seem to think that they're the be all, end all of the Sailor Moon followership or doll gathering followership. And I don't really think that's true. Yes, they might be more well known. Yes, they might have more gal to buy all the Sailor Moon things ever made or going to be made. But at the end of the day, I don't think it really makes them the top of the followership or not. And then they also, what I don't understand is, all these things are worth too much or high or dear, and a lot of folks out there, I mean, well, how do they do it? Are they blowing their gold? I mean, look at this gathering right here. I know it might not be every single thing that Irwin or Bandai or Great Eastern Glee made, but it's all we can afford, all right? And we're happy of what we do get, But I think these folks, that they always want to get more. And I don't know if they truly show their Sailor Moon dolls love, or it's just all about gathering things and just showing them off. Like just getting them, having them on some book stand somewhere, or having them up high on some whatever somewhere, or having them hanging somewhere. I don't know. At least I could say that our dolls get love. And anyone out there who watches our films and likes what we do would know that. And I don't know if they feel the same way about their dolls. I don't. Maybe they do. But the nearest thing that you ever get to them playing with them is when they're talking about them or showing them off. It's like they feel like they can't do it. Like they're not bold enough, to do skits, or shows or whatever with their dolls. It's like it's beneath them and they just feel like they can't do it. Or they think their followership, or they think the folks who are watching their films might not like it. Well, we never had that fear. We always were fearless and bold enough to do that. And yes, we know we don't get a lot of looking and a lot of watching for it. It is what it is, But we're not, but we're always, we always do that, And before we end this film, All right, before we end this film, another thing that I get back on is that all the Sailor Moon things, no need if they happen to be the newer things or the older things are going to be worth a lot. And we all know the older things are going to be worth a lot more than the newer things. But then again, it has to do with what shop or what website you're buying it from. And these folks must have gal to burn, because all their rooms. They got one room in a house, and they got almost every Sailor Moon thing ever made. So they must got gal to burn. You think that they would pick and choose what to get? I don't know. All I know is that a lot of folks like to onlook them, or some folks like to say, oh, well, they're the top of the Sailor Moon followership. Well, I don't know if there is a top to it, And if that was true, if the Sailor Moon doll gatherers were on the top, then that would mean the clothing players were somewhere in the middle, right? Then that would mean that folks like us, who are doll gatherers, would take them out of the box or play with them at the bottom. And I don't think there is a top, middle, and bottom to the followership. At least not in my belief. I don't think there is. See, I wish that I had every single thing that was ever made, but you can't do that. Because all the older things are either on eBay or Etsy or Overstock or Deal Dash, and they're going to be worth a lot anyway. And the newer things from whatever shop or website you buy it from are going to be high. So why do they not, play with their dolls or have skits with them or something? I mean, dolls were meant to be played with in some way, right? It's almost like they can't do that. And the nearest thing that you get to them doing it is like showing them off or giving their thoughts on it, and that's it. So that's just my thoughts on the Sailor Moon doll gatherers, which I guess we kind of are because we do got some Sailor Moon dolls. So I guess we do fall into that too. All right, give the film a like, share and playlist it, and we'll see you later.